Yeah, exactly. Which is really, as far as I know, I mean, there are other devices that will let you do that, but as far as I know, they don't offer plug-in power. So to do a live binaural broadcast with these are earphones with microphones, so these are both microphones as well. So to do a live, binaural broadcast, you need plug-in power, which this provides. So let me see here. Events. Okay, so now we're live with this, and let's see if I do a ear tap test, you should be able to hear it eventually. It's about a 20-second delay, so it's because it's YouTube. So.
YouTube is volume is low.
Is it? Okay. So that's another good thing on this. You can do automatic gain control, physical gain control of your mic. So, are you hearing that now on YouTube?
I hear you tapping now on the microphones.
Yeah. Okay. So you got one on each side. Yeah. So this for me is a first right now. I've never almost every app out there that does live broadcast or webcast usually downsamples to mono or just bounces down to mono, because almost everything is taking into the 1/8 inch port or the mics, which are all mono. So Wirecast Go, as far as I know, is the first application, to offer stereo input.
And so there are many layers and time layers now.
Right, because this is delayed by about 20 seconds. Sorry, I know it's a little bit.
It drives you crazy.
Yeah. So we'll pause that for now, and then this will be real time. This is a recording that I made. Here, I'll just bring the volume down.
Your iPhone is doing this.
Well, just this one, just this broadcast. This is not everything. So this is a recording I made where the performer, is wearing these microphones. Hi. So I'm just demoing a live binaural recording I did where the performer is playing piano wearing the Roland CS10 and going into an iPhone, and recorded with the Ricoh Theta 360 cam. So you can kind of get the player perspective. And are you able to hear that? Yeah. So in this case, the spatialization is not really apparent because it's just it's a large. There's not a lot of stereo panning going on the piano, but anyway, you can.
YouTube doesn't try to change the audio as you can, does it?
No, it doesn't, and that I think is where the kind of the crucial difficulties lies in terms of head tracking and panning. Spatializing the sound as you actually move your head. So.
But still, this is a pretty cool camera angle perspective.
Yeah. Okay, so that's one recording. Then here is a recording we did at New World with a different binaural microphone. Can you hear that, everybody? Okay. So this one is recorded using the 3DIO mic, which is, I'm not sure if you're familiar. You can see it right here.
Okay.
It's 2 ears. Yeah, they're silicone ears that are meant to replicate the structure of the ear. And this is going into the Tascam as well, and then the Tascam going into an iPhone recording. So this is produced in post, but you can get some idea more of the spatialization because off here you can hear the harp on the left side. You can hear these strings, and so again the big trick is how do you track the head movement and then apply an HRTF to such that somebody who's watching this on like a cardboard or any other kind of VR situation, they're moving their head. Leap motion has, kind of glommed onto the Oculus with a mount for head tracking using their sensor. But we're trying to work with Magic Leap this summer to hopefully get them in here and maybe demo some of their tech as well. They're talking about doing AR, mixed reality.
Because there's a mode where you watch these videos on YouTube and just using the accelerometer, you pan around.
Yeah, if you were watching this on your iPhone, they would pan around naturally from the accelerometer of your iPhone. Yeah. So
if you could get that plus the sound spatialized properly, I bet that would be pretty compelling.
yeah, that's the goal. So the other thing which you missed and I was showing here before is this. This is actually Live 360. Yeah. So this camera now is live webcasting to that site in 360, but it's only mono from the camera mic. So.
But
Yeah.
the camera, oh, look at that.
Yep.
That's
And that is really low latency. If you can, like, if you know,
yeah.
I mean, YouTube's 20 seconds, for broadcast, so this is, okay, so here, this is the JavaScript that is behind the stitching on this. And it is absolutely insane. I tried to put this into like a code cleaner,
Yeah.
and it broke it.
Was it auto-generated or hand-generated?
That's for sure auto-generated and modified.
Yeah. It's a 2 megabyte text file. It's absolutely massive what they're doing.
What you're getting out of there is some weirdly distorted video, and you're turning it into something that you can explore.
Right. What on this?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, this is live 360.
Yeah.
Video. So I mean, it's being stitched in real time, live. And if you had a laptop, you could tune into this as well on your own.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So this, as far as I know, just dropped about a month ago, maybe. This is the only site I've seen that is doing live 360 stitching. YouTube, I know, is working on it, but they have definitely not put it out there yet. But what I just found out today is on YouTube you can, I'm also broadcasting from my phone, or I was, actually I still am. So YouTube does allow for binaural stereo input into their broadcast from a mobile phone. So this is live from my phone, or it was, should be live around here. And this is like about a 20-second delay, so you're gonna,
Okay.
but if I do a tap test on this, you'll get it in each ear, which I just found out today actually is the case. This is the only application I know of that is doing stereo input for where you could do a mobile binaural broadcast with your phone. But the trick is you need this Tascam IXJ2, which is a discontinued device that you need a 30-pin to Lightning adapter to do. I think you can get stereo into Lightning port other ways, but I don't know if they have plug-in power. So for these little roll-ins, you need plug-in power, like 0.5 volts for the electret condensers.
Okay.
So these offer that, and they also have individual gain control on each mic. So right here is your mobile binaural webcasting, situation, and then right here is your mobile. Well, not mobile because this has to go through a laptop to do the stitching. This is USB'd into a laptop.
For now. But
Yeah.
I mean, the day is coming.
Yeah, but eventually, this will Wi-Fi sync. This does Wi-Fi sync with the app on this as well, and so that's basically the current state of both binaural and live binaural and live 360 video, as far as I can tell. This is in beta and it's not out yet. And as far as I can tell, I've looked all over the web. It's this guy in Japan, and he made this to basically for a robot that they built, so that his invalid grandmother could be at their wedding.
Holy crap.
And hug the bride. So it's called Hug VR, and it was like the Hug project. So that it's like
Super cool.
it's really cool. Yeah, and so emailed him over the weekend to see if I could get stereo input into it so I could do a binaural.
Who makes the device though?
This is Rico. It's a Rico Theta S. It's dual. It's dual fisheye.
Right.
They just
That's the raw image?
yeah. Well, this is the equirectangular stitched. Typically, before 2 weeks ago, they just released the stitching plugin 2 weeks ago. Before you could live stream this and you get 2 fisheyes. Now you can actually have that show up in this Theta UVC blender, and you can live stream equirectangular. But you need something like Hug VR to actually, with all that crazy JavaScript, to actually turn it into Live 360. So, my original goal for this presentation, for full transparency, was to have the live mic input from the Rico be spatialized around your head. But so now I just approximated it with a recording. So, can you hear the counting? So this is written by Thibaut Carpentier and another couple people at EarCom last year. They presented this plugin last year at EarCom, so I didn't do any of this. I didn't write any of this code. I'm really just kind of putting things together for a demo. My goal was to get the mono signal from the Rico into the spatializer, but the JavaScript is beyond my.
But it's like right on the edge.
Yeah,
This
I mean,
could be
well,
there by the end of the year, right?
Well, I'm hoping at the hack session that we can
There you
get
go.
this to work in this right here, just with the equirectangular, not with Live 360, but so that we can spatialize my voice coming from the Rico with the spatializer built by EarCam. That's my goal for the end of the workshop on Wednesday. I had hoped to build an iOS app before it, and then I just realized that was way more programming knowledge than I have, and bit off more than I could chew. But so this demo kind of turned into the current state of binaural and 360 video.
Could you run one of the pre-recorded examples? Is that just
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So here.
still hearing you from the other?
Yeah, I'll undo that guy. And yeah. Is it done yet?
Not quite.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, something's still
Yeah.
something's still echoing.
Something's still echoing. Okay, so these guys are going into this. Okay, so here is a 360 recording we did with the Rico. This is all in post.
Right.
And then this was done with the.
We're not hearing it.
You're not hearing that. Oh, it's maybe because. Are you getting that now? Let me see.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the New World Center Performance Hall. Where is that coming from? All right. There we go. So everything you're hearing is coming from just these two mics. And
Yeah, it's a pretty
so
good.
fixed position binaural, but 360. So
It's a pretty great sense of space.
yeah. So if you want to take a listen, there's a few pairs of headphones here. Okay, so you've seen this already, so I'll show you the other stuff that I was demoing. So, okay. So just like 2 weeks ago, Rico released a stitching plugin for the Theta, which now allows you to do live equa rectangular. And then this is me approximating what would be spatialization, oh God, sorry, around your head with my voice. And I'll stop talking now. So there's azimuth and elevation. And the goal is for the hack session to try to get this to work, spatializing live Rico mono audio input using the earcam spatializer by the end of the session on Wednesday. So that was the original intent. That didn't happen.
So with this, the azimuth thing, you're just using like a head-related transfer function?
Yeah, and this is all done by Thibaut Carpentier and some PhD students at Earcom, and they presented just this part last year. I was trying to tie it with this WebRTC capture for webcams and microphones, but the JavaScript got beyond me. So this, I don't know if you're here, now this is actual live 360 video broadcast. So this is live, and so any browser in the room or in the building would be able to tune in and see us on this right now. But it only takes mono input from the mic. And I got in touch with the developer, and he said that they probably won't have stereo input for it for another 2 months or something. So.
Okay. It's capable somehow.
Yeah. Now, so that's live 360. Here is actual live binaural, which I just found out today is in fact possible to do mobily with YouTube. So I'm streaming from my phone, and I'll just refresh on that. And it might take a little bit to get that. Doing about 1.3 megs. We're on the local Wi-Fi network, and we're getting audio in from the two microphones here. So it's quite a large delay. It's about 20 seconds, but I'll do a tap test here.
There's some latency. I think it's like 10.
Yeah,
15 seconds.
yeah, it's a good
But I
bit.
know that's the YouTube stream, right?
Yeah. But yeah, you should be able to hear the left and right channels discreetly, which, as far as I know, is a first. Wirecast Go is the encoder, and it's just going straight to YouTube. And audio input is binaural. So you know, I think the eventual goal is to have Live 360 with binaural, with head tracking for spatialization, you know, immersion. But right now, as far as I can tell, this is the kind of the edge of where the tech is for both live binaural audio and then Live 360 video. Bring that down. This is a recording I did. Actually, it's post-done, but it's recorded where the performer is actually playing, or is wearing the microphone in this case. So he's wearing these Rolands right now. The spatialization on this is not great, just because he's just playing piano and there's not a whole lot.
He's
of,
also sitting right on top of it.
yeah, it's just there's not a whole lot of stereo imaging going on, so it's kind of hard to tell. But it was kind of just more of a proof of concept. But yeah, so anyway, so that's kind of where things are at right now, and I'm hoping to work with the guy at Hug VR to hopefully try to incorporate stereo into that, and then hopefully build, maybe for next year, build my own app that will.
Yeah, does YouTube have any plans to like?
They are actively working on live stitching, I know, but the
Like
Hug,
audio stitching, right?
no, 360 videos, because you have to stitch two. I mean, at a minimum, you have to stitch two 180 fisheye videos together.
Is that what that camera does?
That's what that's doing right now. Yeah. So yeah. So I'll show it right here. Right now, it's Theta. Rico just released this about 2 weeks ago, which actually stitches them together in equirectangular format.
Okay.
And that's what YouTube takes in with metadata, and then produces in post to create the 360 videos. But they don't do it live right now. So, but the Hug VR.
Image.
Yeah, that's the full resolution of this image, right? So, but what it's taking in is this,
I see.
typically. But they just released this plugin for live web streaming to do blending. So the blending, the stitching is going on the laptop right now, not on the camera.
Gotcha.
So right now this is kind of a limited situation where you need a lot of processing power. And as I was showing, you know, this is the JavaScript that's driving all of this, or that's driving the Hug VR. So just it's a massive amount of code but what's incredible is that is actually happening live on a website way faster than live streaming.
Yeah, this is some software I've made using Meme Audio. It's a desktop application, but it's all JavaScript and all its glory underneath. And yeah, I'll tell you all about it tomorrow at my talk. So yeah, let's see what I can make sound. Can I get the lights down?
Shoot.